welcome back to another episode of You Should Read This. This month of July, for you, I have some Summer Scares. Now, Summer Scares is a program or a list of books put together by the Horror Writers Association in partnership with United for Libraries, Book Riot, and Booklist. It includes a selection of titles that were put together by a panel of authors and librarians, and the program overall is designed to promote horror as a great reading option all year round, not just in October. This is their third time of putting together a Summer Scares list. There are picks for adults, teens, and middle grade, but I chose to focus on the teen picks. So, without further ado, let's get started with an oldie, newbie, and audiobook pick. And I have a couple of bonus picks for you too. First up is our oldie pick. For this, I'm going with The Marrow Thieves. What it's about? In a futuristic world ravaged by global warming, people have lost the ability to dream, which has led to widespread madness. The only people still able to dream are North America's indigenous peoples, and it is their marrow that holds the cure for the rest of the world. But getting the marrow and dreams means death for the unwilling donors. Driven to flight, a 15-year-old and his companions struggle for survival, attempt to reunite with loved ones, and take refuge from recruiters who seek to bring them to their marrow-stealing factories. Why you should read it. This is a Summer Scares pick for 2021, and with a sequel coming out this fall, this short dystopian, it's under 300 pages, is a perfect pick for your summer free read or your free choice pick for summer. Next up, we have our newbie pick. For this, I am going with Small Favors by Aaron A. Craig. Thank you to the publisher for sending this to us a little bit early. This releases on July 27th and is a great one for a newbie pick. What it's about? Ellery Downing lives in a quiet town, the town of Amity Falls, with her two sisters, her brother, and her parents. All she really wants is for her father to see her as capable as her brother is, and she takes every opportunity she can to prove it to her father, including helping him with their bee farm. Amity Falls is in the Black Spire mountain range, 5 narrow peaks stretching into the sky like a grasping hand, bordered by a nearly impenetrable forest from which the early townsfolk fought off the devils in the woods. It was then that the early settlers created 7 rules at the first gathering. All of these rules, of which are important, but perhaps the most important is the 7th. Enter not the forest deep, beyond the bells the dark fiends keep. To this day, visitors are few and rare, but when a supply party goes missing, some worry that the rules may need to be broken. Why you should read it. This unput-downable, small-town mystery hooks and drags you into the world with its people, a harsh winter on the horizon, and monsters lurking literally at the edge of the woods. Fans of House of Salt and Sorrow by Aaron A. Craig, her previous title, or Stephen King, this one is dark and twisty and releases the day that this video comes out. So make sure to put your hold on the book today. Next up, we have our audiobook pick, and for this, I am going with The Diviners by Libba Bray. What it's about? It's 1926, and New York is filled with speakeasies, Ziegfeld girls, and rakish pickpockets. Evie O'Neill has been exiled from her boring old hometown, shipped off to the bustling streets of New York City. She is positively ecstatic. The only catch is that she has to live with her Uncle Will and his unhealthy obsession with the occult. Evie worries her uncle will discover her darkest secret, a supernatural power that has only brought her trouble so far. But when the police find a murdered girl branded with a cryptic symbol and Will is called onto the scene, Evie realizes her gift could help catch a serial killer. As Evie jumps headlong into a dance with a murderer, some stories unfold in the city that never sleeps. A young man named Memphis is caught between 2 worlds. A chorus girl named Theta is running from her past. A student named Jericho is hiding a shocking secret. And unknown to all, something dark and evil has awakened. Why you should read it. This is a Summer Scares pick for 2021, and this book kicks off a great 4-book series. It has a diverse cast of characters and the pacing is perfect. You'll be laughing one minute and spooked out the next. As promised, I have a few bonus scares for you. So the first one up is Undead Girl Gang. For this, I recommend the audiobook. What it's about: Mila Flores and her best friend Riley have always been inseparable. There's not much excitement in their small town of Cross Creek, so Mila and Riley decide to make their own future. Amateur witchcraft. When Riley and 2 Fairmount Academy mean girls die under suspicious circumstances, Mila refuses to believe everyone's explanation that her BFF was involved in a suicide pact. Instead, armed with a tube of lip gloss and an ancient grimoire, Mila does the unthinkable to uncover the truth. She brings the girls back to life. Unfortunately, Riley, June, and Dayton have no recollection of their murders, but they do have unfinished business to attend to. Now, with only 7 days until the spell wears off and the girls return to their graves, Mila must wrangle the distracted group of undead teens and work fast to discover their murderer before the killer strikes again. Why you should read it. This is a Summer Scares pick for 2021. This one was just funny and refreshing. Don't let people tell you that there are zombies in this one. It's not entirely true. The core of this book is really the mystery of who killed the girls. It has great representation from fat girls and body-positive girls, girls of color, and their conversations about grief and mental health are also just refreshing. It just made for a really full story, and Mila was also awesome, so go read this one. Our second bonus pick for this video is another Newbie Pick, and for this it is The Taking of Jake Livingston by Ryan Douglas. What it's about: Jake Livingston is one of the only black kids at St. Clair Prep, one of the others being his infinitely more popular older brother. It's hard enough fitting in, but it makes matters worse and definitely more complicated when Jake can see the dead. In fact, he sees the dead all around him all the time. Most are harmless, stuck in their death loops as they relive their deaths over and over. They don't interact often with other people. But then Jake meets Sawyer, a troubled teen who shot and killed 6 kids at a local high school last year before taking his own life. Now a powerful, vengeful ghost, he has plans for his afterlife, plans that include Jake. Suddenly, everything Jake knows about ghosts and the rules to life itself go out the window as Sawyer begins haunting him and bodies turn up in his neighborhood. High school soon becomes a survival game, one Jake is not sure he's going to win. Why you should read it. What a supernatural wild ride. This older YA title is for fans of Jordan Peele and Danielle Vega. It's a social thriller and has a ghost story that might make you afraid of the dark. The Taking of Jake Livingston just released on July 13th, so you can place your hold on this title now. Anyways, that is it for our episode this month. Hopefully you will join us again next month when I have some camp and campfire story related books for you in the month of August. All of these videos, you can find links down in the description below to take you straight to the catalog and get holds placed on them. It will take you to physical books, ebooks, audiobooks, whatever you would like to, whatever way you would like to read these books. If you have suggestions for future videos you'd like to see, maybe you want to see fantasy or science fiction, also make sure to drop those suggestions to us. Anyways, I will see you next month. Bye! To their marrow stealing. It has great representation from fat girls and why can't I say body? And that are